plan for their aquarium.
And find out how a student manages a chronic condition while away at college.
And later, learn about a convenient food delivery app students have been using.
Broadcasting from Swanson Studios, you're watching Mustang News.
Welcome to the latest edition of Mustang News. I'm Kayla Berenson.
And I'm Colin Hobman. Here are today's top stories. Morro Bay is in store for a brand new aquarium. Mustang News reporter Emily Fagenstrom has the update.
The Morro Bay Aquarium is scheduled to shut down this September due to a new lease agreement with the owners. Eric Endersby says the Tyler family has owned the Morro Bay fixture for over 50 years.
You know, they're really a living treasure in this town, and they've done a lot for marine stewardship over the decades. And they're moving on, and we're going to be moving into something new and different and larger, hopefully, here in the future.
The Central Coast Aquarium, currently located out in Avila, will be taking over the lease and making the move to conduct the $20 million project.
I am excited. It's a big project. It's going to be kind of a game changer for our waterfront. It's going to be a major attraction and hopefully raise the level of services and facilities that we provide here for the public.
The animals currently living there will be transferred to other marine facilities, and the project should take around 3 years to conduct. Emily Fagenstrom, Mustang News.
The new aquarium will be working with Cal Poly and Morro Bay city leaders to bring Morro Bay an educational marine facility.
Type 1 diabetes is a medical condition that requires attention 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Though nutrition junior Morgan Miller has managed diabetes since she was 7, she says coming to college brought on new challenges for her disease.
College is a different schedule, so you know, something that really helps me with my diabetes is like eating at the same time every day, and something like kind of eating similar things so my body, you know, reacts in similar ways, and like exercising at certain times and like having a schedule.
Miller is part of the diabetes club on campus. She says the club has helped her in situations that she hasn't expected. One time she left her glucose monitor at home and a fellow member of the club was able to help her out.
And my blood sugar turned out being low, and I was like, oh shoot, like I don't even have supplies. She's like, I have juice, do you need something? And so it was just really nice to have somebody that was like, hey, I've got your back. I know like life can get rough and sometimes things don't always go according to plan, but there's a very nice support system in the Diabetes Club. So,
Kayla Berenson, Mustang News.
The residents of San Luis Obispo have college students riled up this month.
It's gonna be like really, really hard if it does get passed, because we already have issues finding parking as it is. Like there's a ton of red spots painted where it doesn't really seem like there needs to be, and so, you know, if you get back here later than like 8:30, 9 o'clock, all the spots are already taken, and we already have to park, you know, like a long walk away, and it's like kind of scary, you know, if you get back late at night and you have to park farther away.
Cal Poly students can now buy custom jewelry at an affordable price through a new business on campus. I talked to the business creator to learn more. Bioresource and agricultural engineering sophomore Chase Olson creates jewelry through the 3D printing website Shapeways. He begins by making his designs from scratch with the program Inventor Pro, and once the design is sent to Shapeways, the final product is sent ready for the customer.
To be able to really hear what the people want and then make it exactly how they want it is really exciting.
This hobby started with making small gifts for family and friends, but now through his own business called Cali Chase Creations, Olson makes custom products for people throughout the community.
I enjoy the creativity. I love thinking in my free time about, you know, different things I could design, and then getting to the computer and actually like making them a reality.
Products ranging from rings and multiple different materials such as sticks. While Olson plays farming, he does plan business as he has the ultimate stones into rings so he can make propose with someday. Mustang News. Olson's products can be found on the Instagram account Cali Chase Creations.
Stick around after the break. I'll be back with your weekly weather update.
The thing about broadcast is it's not just on paper, so now you're actually seeing people's emotions and their reactions, and I think you just really learn a lot by being able to go face to face and also have a camera and capture those emotions. and broadcast is so fun in my opinion because you can take what you see and show it to your audience and show them exactly what you're witnessing or other people are witnessing at the moment.
Sports is mostly good news, and a lot of the time, a lot of the other news we get isn't necessarily good news. And so I think that it's kind of a nice break from a lot of the other not so great things that might be happening around the community and on campus. I think that good journalism is objective and informative. It is as unbiased as possible. And I think that Mustang News does a really good job of that, reporting about the incidents on campus without necessarily putting a spin on them.
So I'm in charge of making sure that the paper is distributed every Tuesday morning because that's when the new editions come out. I think my job, the most important thing with my job is that it gets the papers out there for them to actually read. Without my position and my guys, my delivery drivers and my brand ambassadors, the papers would not be seen every week on campus, essentially.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Lauren Plume here with your weather update. Let's start right off with today. We have a high of 59 with a low of 29. There is a hard freeze warning in effect, so be sure to keep your small outdoor pets indoors tonight. Keep them warm, keep them safe. The temperature is going to be jumping below freezing tonight. There were snow flurries at the top of Cuesta Grade, so a lot of kids got the chance to see snow for the first time. And in the surrounding areas of the Cuesta Grade, we had a low of 53 in Creston, followed by Atascadero and Santa Margarita at 54 degrees. Our high in Paso Robles is 55, and it's a scorcher today in San Luis Obispo at 59 degrees. Our lows are ranging from the mid to high 20s. Moving down into the beaches for all of you avid surfers, it'll be a high of 54 in Morro Bay, 55 in Cayucas, coming down into Avila Beach, 57 degrees, 58 in Pismo, 59 in Oceano, with the lows in the mid 30s. Moving into South County, down in Santa Barbara County, we have Vandenberg and Orchid at 55 degrees with the high, followed by Guadalupe and Napomo, 57 degrees high, 58 in Santa Maria, 58 in Arroyo Grande, and the lows are going to be in the high 20s to mid 30s. With the snow and this cold weather, I think the Central Coast could make a bid for the 2026 Winter Olympics. Now here's your 5-day forecast. So starting off today, as I said, 59 degrees with a low of 29, followed by Wednesday, 59 degrees, low of 31. On Thursday, it's going to be a high of 60 with a low of 40 and a 20% chance of rain. Then it's going to dip down to 57 degrees on Friday with the low of 37, and then starts heating up going into the weekend. Saturday is going to be a high of 64 with the low of 37. And that is all I have time for today for your weather. I'm going to pass it on to Michelle Chatfield with your sports.
Good afternoon, Cal Poly. I'm Michelle Chatfield here with your sports update. As the Cal Poly's women's basketball team season winds down, the team is still in the mix for the Big West regular season title. One of the team's youngest players is a big reason why.
Freshman point guard Adriana Basalo has been lighting up Mott Athletics Center all season long for the Cal Poly women's basketball team, taking on an important role as the team's backup floor general and first player off the bench.
Growing up, I was always kind of like the leader, so I know I had to take over. I actually do have the green light. Usually when I'm a threat, it opens up more shots for other people.
Despite her limited time with the Mustangs, Basalo is a major offensive threat whenever she's on the court. But Basalo doesn't just look for her own shot. She's frequently dropping dimes for her teammates, leading to plenty of open looks and free throws.
Well, she's had a huge impact already. She's actually somebody that we've nominated for 6th player on our team for the Big West Specialty Award. She comes in and gives us instant offense, and her intelligence on the court, her ball handling, all of it is something that's beyond where most freshmen would be. And I certainly think that by the time our Shauna graduates, that she'll be one of the top 10 scorers in Cal Poly history.
Eric Engel, Mustang News.
Cal Poly men's basketball took on rival UC Davis in a thriller at Mott Athletic Center. Reporter Nate Edelman has the highlights.
It was a wild finish when Cal Poly took on UC Davis Thursday night.
With just over 4 minutes left, Donovan Fields does a nifty move to shake TJ Shorts to give the Mustangs a 3-point lead. Davis would force overtime, and both sides were shooting free throws in the extra time to force a second overtime. With 40 seconds left in double OT, the Mustangs down by 3. Luke Meikle, have some, forces the game to a third overtime. Davis pulls away in triple OT when Siler Scheider finds a spot and knocks down the jumper to give the Aggies a 7-point lead. The Mustangs try to come back when Alex Abrams gets the rebound and finds Trevor John for the jumper, but UC Davis wins 92-84. Cal Poly will look to get back on track when they take on UC Irvine Saturday night at Mott Athletic Center.
With the Winter Olympics in full swing, we went around Cal Poly to ask students what their favorite Olympic sports are.
What is your favorite sport to watch in the Winter Olympics?
I like watching the ice skating. Yeah, I like the ice dancing, the pairs. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you could compete in one event, what would it be?
I think mine would be like the snowboarding one, I think it is, like when they do the freestyle.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the skiing. I think that's cool.
My favorite one is it is downhill skiing because a lot of people from my town are in it. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska, so like we have a lot of skiers. So I like seeing people I went to high school with on TV and in the Olympics.
Ski racing for sure. Snowboarding. Bobsledding. That's the only thing I can think of. Snowboarding? Actually, snowboarding, that's cool.
Yeah. What about you?
Sorority's Best Dance Crew is coming up this Thursday. Find out more when we come back.
Our mission for this year is to basically get the news first so that Cal Poly students are aware. Like so far to start off the beginning of the year, there have been things such as like parking and bus routes, and students have so many questions about that, and so that kind of goes to what I want to do for this year, and is I want to get that information out to students. Good journalism means that we are getting the story out, but that it includes all the information, that it answers all the questions that people are asking.
I manage a team of MMJs, multimedia journalists, who cover all news on campus, from administration to student life to any protests that happen on campus. We really just have our finger on the pulse of Cal Poly. Journalism is reporting on the facts at all times because we have to, regardless of whether or not people may disagree.
I think art is something that doesn't go appreciated that much, especially at a polytechnic campus. We have a lot of engineering and architecture focus, and we want to try to focus a lot of our arts writing on structural design and architecture design and things that relate to Cal Poly, but through the arts. I think good journalism comes from unbiased reporting, and I think we do a really good job at making sure that everything's accurate.
Cal Poly students have been utilizing the app JoyRun, which makes it easier for them to order food from their favorite restaurants delivered by some familiar faces. JoyRun drivers, called runners, are often busy students who work on their own schedules to make extra money. The app aims to create friendly, community-based atmosphere similar to asking a friend to pick up food. Runners decide where to go based on demand. For example, one runner says she always goes to Chipotle between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Some runners work in the early hours of the morning delivering McDonald's and Taco Bell to the late-night munchie crowd. They say the smiles on their customers' faces when they deliver food makes the crazy job worthwhile.
One of the highest anticipated Greek life philanthropy events of the year takes place this Thursday. Theta Chi Fraternity is hosting their biggest philanthropy event, Sorority's Best Dance Crew, this Thursday in Chumash Auditorium. Sororities go head-to-head with their best choreography to raise money for Big Brothers Big Sisters, an organization that helps unprivileged youth in SLO. Presale tickets have already sold out, but tickets will be available for $10 at the door, first come, first served.
The Chi Omega sorority raised more than $30,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation at their annual casino night Saturday, February 10th. The event hosted over 1,000 guests and featured speaker Jaden Hurt, whose wish was granted by the Make-A-Wish Foundation a few years ago.
That's all we have for you today on Mustang News. Thank you for joining us.